Ask me what religion I am, and I say, I'm not religious. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's not religion.
It's not a denomination. It's not a sect. It's not a coven.
Yeah, and I respect that everyone has their belief, but if Catholics they believe in Jesus, I'm going to focus on what we have in common. If I believe in Jesus, maybe we don't align with everything. That's okay.
The only two subjects you can't talk about are politics and religion.
Yeah.
Because either one of them is divisive.
Yeah.
But since the day of old, since the Anunnaki came down here and genetically engineered us and turned us into human beings, the ATOM, the atomic man, we have been as smart as the Anunnaki that seeded us here, and they were small g gods that came to Earth, because anything that didn't compute to the hominids that were on Earth when they came down here 40,000 years ago, and they put telomere caps on chromosome number 2, which limited our lifespan to be 120 years, perfect. But before that, kings, queens, emperors were living thousands of years. In the ancient Egyptian scrolls, some preachers or some kings were for centuries. And Noah was 640 years old when he built the ark.
Oh yeah, he's old. He was up there.
He was 640 years old when Jesus told him to build an ark. And so it was like that movie with it's like that movie with about the flood that I can't remember his name, but the actor that did the Noah's Ark. Yeah. Bruce Almighty and then Evan Almighty. Yeah. But Tom Hanks did the Angels and Demons and
Oh, I've heard of that.
Angels and Demons and
I thought you were gonna say Castaway for a second.
no, Tom Hanks is he's very diversified. He did Forrest Gump, Castaway.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, well, and he linked all of his experiences to history.
Jenny.
Yeah, well, Jenny had AIDS. Jenny got AIDS from.
That's what happened to Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny had AIDS.
Okay.
Yeah, she got AIDS from using drugs. So.
Oh yeah, she did get into drugs in that movie.
Yeah. Jenny got AIDS because he made Jenny, or he got Jenny pregnant, and they did it and made Forrest Jr. But then she, yeah.
We're talking about the origins of Forrest Gump.
There was like turning around, don't do that.
I'm gonna use the restroom, guys. I've been drinking coffee all morning, but I will be back here in a minute. If you guys want to stick around, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? I'm Dylan, by the way.
Shayna.
Shayna, nice to meet you.
Are y'all willing to be on video for Bethel or for the CISS?
Yeah, it's warm and cool at the same time, and just, I don't know. It doesn't smell, and it's okay. Good.
I mean, when I was young, like there was this one guy who told me to go to this church, and it turned out to be a mega church.
Okay.
Yeah, and it actually proves
In what city?
something about Republicans, because most televangelist cult leaders are diehard Trump fans, and Trump fans, and I just
Understand, all the presidents except for one have been related. Van Buren wasn't related to anybody.
yeah, and it's
Hand over, sweetie.
and
Huh?
it's like. And it's like, and the thing about Republicans is they're only politically conservative, not theological. Because
Right.
if you're like a Republican, then you're,
Charlie Kirk was a martyr.
I don't believe that, because real martyrs get persecuted for their faith, and
He got assassinated for his faith.
He did get assassinated for his faith, but more importantly, he didn't get persecuted for his faith.
Could you send me that video?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it to my Reddit BI Entertainment.
Okay.
I formed Bremer International LLC, plumbing, heating, cooling, refrigeration, electrical, appliance repair, Android systems modification and upgrade, software programming, smart home upgrades. I'm gonna try to hire somebody from every trade to be able to go into a house and do it all.
Okay, so
But then I formed BI Entertainment as a side.
Broad spectrum of
So,
things you do.
right. Well, diversified because I model after Pepsi Cola because they own everything. They own Hormel Foods. They own racetracks. They own casinos. They own Taco Bell, Taco John's. Everywhere Pepsi served, they own. But Pepsi machines. I had at one time 4 Pepsi machines, and I was told by the people at Pepsi Cola in Urbandale that I wasn't allowed to own the machines. Pepsi owned all the machines; they just leased them. So those machines were technically stolen.
I used to work for Pepsi.
Really, in Urbandale?
And no, in a warehouse in Laredo, Texas.
Really? Okay.
I
Yeah.
was on the border.
Well, see, I had in 2014, 2012, from 2011 to 2014, I was a purveyor of fine speed in Nevada, Iowa. And I would take my residuals from my profits and invested it in all, because I had a cousin in Grinnell, Iowa, Julie Ahrens, that went to school to be a philanthropist because her grandfather was the Ahrens lawnmower magnate that does all the Ahrens farm equipment. So he left her 7 farms when he died. Left her brother 7 farms when he died. And
There are a lot of people that do farm equipment and stuff. One of my mentors does it. He had it in like this machine that crops together corns. I forget the term of it. I don't know the terms behind farming. What were you gonna say, Caleb?
okay, so this is like a real story. When I was much younger, there's this one guy who recommended that I would go to this mega church, and and the reason why I can't stand this thing is because it's basically Christianity for rich Republicans. And Republicans, they're only politically conservative, not theological. And that's why I don't consider Charlie Kirk to be a real martyr, because he doesn't follow traditional Christian. He doesn't follow the Christianity that is essential. He doesn't believe in the Trinity. He doesn't believe in the Trinity. He doesn't believe. He uses Christianity as a political weapon.
well, the order of the day has been divide and conquer since man was put on earth.
I've seen videos and I've seen him speak, and he said that he wanted to be remembered mostly for his faith. And everything I've seen him preach would be very scripturally sound, but I feel like politics, when you get into it, that's because
here's the
what's
truth about
leading you
Charlie.
away from him. Right?
Because here's the sad truth about Charlie Kirk. Like, he actually goes to a non-denominational
God rest his
church.
soul.
Right.
The non-denominational.
Right, and that's the best you can do because
I was gonna say that.
divide and conquer has been the name of the game.
As of lately, heretical as of lately, and he's actually a conservative podcaster, and even when he says he believes in faith, he one time got busted by the feds. He got busted by the feds numerous times.
Well, I never heard about that.
Busted by the feds numerous times. But it's just that. But to be a martyr, you have to be persecuted for your faith, not just die for your faith. Be persecuted.
But denominations, though, that whole
That
idea.
divides.
You never hear about denominations in the Bible.
No.
Christian,
No.
Catholic,
It was
Lutheran, Baptist.
the Coptic Christians were before Christ. They were established in Egypt. When Jesus left the Bible at age 12, he went into Egypt. There's a church in Egypt where Mary and Jesus stayed. In a church in Egypt, they still worship it to this day. It's a little Christian church, hole in the wall, where they show where Jesus slept in this basement bed in Egypt, where he learned the Egyptian mysteries. Then he went into Tibet.
Can I say something? I was gonna go back to what he said.
Yep.
So the main focus that we should focus on is that we're all believers in Christ.
Right.
Is that
We should focus on that. So you may not agree with my politics. My friend Eugene behind you, he's a good friend of mine that we were homeless with. He doesn't believe in my politics. Because I voted conservative.
I'm
But I focus on
only
what we
theologically
have in common.
conservative, not politically.
We don't argue 24/7. We focus on what we have in common.
Understand, the liberals and the Republicans all go out for steak dinners after they get out of Congress every day. They're all on the same team. They see.
By the way, you're always welcome to come. We're here 10 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, you're always welcome to come.
I'm just saying,
Well-
I'm just only just being honest and trying to example the truth. And sometimes when we thought someone was in true faith, the truth may be something else.
But how do you know that though? For sure, did you know him as a person?
Well,
Did you meet him?
Well, the truth is, I know him because I've actually seen his podcast. I actually read his
Right,
seen
but
his podcast.
nobody really knows Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's done a lot of podcasts.
Well,
I've never
no,
met him.
I don't think anyone could have met a conservative podcaster. It's just that I did my research and it's just not really. It's just that he's so into Trump and his unconstitutional constitutional laws. He supports him with everything. And Trump is actually and even though there's no law that states that a convicted felon like Trump can't be president, there should be.
So
There should be.
let me ask you something.
There should be.
So on the other hand, for example, when Joe Biden was running for presidency, now he actually was all for abortion. He was all for little children, 14-year-olds becoming
Transgender.
females. Yeah, transgender.
Yeah, right.
He was for it. He
Right,
said,
right,
yeah, if you're
right.
a female, if
You want to be a girl, you can be a girl. You want to be a boy, you can be a boy.
whatever you want.
Yeah, right.
Now, being a man of God, how can we say that that's all right for children?
No, there's a hospital in Europe that was doing transgender surgeries on 6 months old and 12 months old and 15 months old, and I said, where's the Hippocratic oath that you know that will do no
It's
harm?
only treated as a medical procedure,
But it's murder.
But it's also murder. It can also be murder, yes. But
Abortion. See,
sometimes-
I was
sometimes
adopted,
the
so I have a
but
big stake in it
sometimes-
about
sometimes
abortion.
People die. Women die because they die from complications of birth, and sometimes
Right. Well, in instance of incest or rape, then they should be able to abort it.
But everybody is guilty of some form of murder of their own. Like we murder animals, we murder bugs,
Plants.
Well,
plants.
regardless, though, I have a friend that he's a really good friend of mine. He's my mechanic. He's Mexican, great guy, great family,
And
godly
sexual
man, and he
orientation.
gives me good deals on cars and stuff, or on fixing my truck.
Right.
Anyways, he doesn't like Trump, and
Right.
he voted separately, but we still come together as Christians and still have love for one another.
Well, Trump is a textbook narcissist, but he's shaking up the narrative. But he is related to the rest of the presidents. The lineage is complete. I mean, every president ever has been related, except for Van Buren. Every president has been related. But Van Buren was put into office after the president that was in office died.
You know, this is unrelated, but do you know that there's been more quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns than there has been presidents?
Yeah.
I'm a Browns fan. So.
Are you?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like 45.
Sorry for your luck, but.
I know it's all right.
But you know that like I'm a Cubs fan, you know, and the fucked up part was that Cubs won the World Series in 2020 in 2000
I did that artwork.
because that was predicted in Back to the Future.
Man, they did pull it out. God bless you, Mary. Good to see you. All right. I'll be back Tuesday.
And what I don't like about the megachurch is that